Richard Boom here. I'm not part of this madness.
Must have been to a higher ground. Lifted up.
Hello guys and welcome back to I'm not part of this madness. And today I will talk to you about this time, this era, this epoch, and this age we are living in. We are living, in case you haven't noticed, we are living in an age of madness. I don't know how we came about this point in time where there is an over-focus on feelings and emotions and everything is so feelings-based. And our political discourse has devolved into who is the most oppressed minority and the power struggle between the oppressed and the oppressor. And it's kind of weird because the mainstream has abandoned reason and rational thinking, and you can see that in the political discourse and in the youth who are politically active. It is unfortunate that we are living in this time of decadence where people are very hedonistic. It's all about pleasure, comfort. It's all about feelings. It's all about emotions. And this is why we have this Trump hysteria where every piece of news, well, I don't know if I could even call it news, can be summed up to hate Trump. Also, the news is so boring. It's always spot the bigot, who is the oppressor, who is the oppressed. And these people have also hijacked the English language, so much so that words such as racist, such as Nazis, such as fascist, xenophobe, have been so used and misused and overused that they lost their original meaning and power. It doesn't mean anything anymore if someone calls you, you're a Nazi, or you're like Hitler. What does that even mean? And the funny thing is, the people who often use that has a very thin, elementary understanding of the word. These people do not even understand the significance of Hitler and the Nazis in terms of world history. They don't. All they know is, Hitler, bad. Nazis, bad. America, good. Jews, oppressed. Nazis, oppressed Jews. And that's it. That's it. The word fascist also lost its meaning. Now the word fascist is used to demonize and dehumanize anyone with an opposing idea or opinion. Just look at the Antifa violence during the G20. Just listen to the experience of Lauren Southern during these riots in Hamburg. She was called, you're fascist, and therefore it justifies violence against you. This is madness, I'm telling you. If you think that the insanity stops there, well, think again. When Donald Trump won, you have this PTSD, or post-Trump stress disorder, where college students in elite US campuses were treated like children. These are college students that were treated with puppies and cry sessions complete with hot chocolate and coloring book to deal with the stress because Trump won. And before the Trump victory, these students, these Hillary supporters were crying out, Trump should accept the victory no matter what because violence is bad. What did they do when Trump won? Not my president, not my president, not my president. They went on and protest the victory of Trump. I thought the standard was candidates should accept the result of the election. And then you have hashtag not my president. Fucking idiots. Hey. These politically active students they keep on shouting for free speech, constitution this, and blah blah blah, because free speech and freedom and blah blah blah. But at the same time, in their university, at the same time that they are shouting freedom of speech, that you can say anything you want, at the same time that they are saying that, they are demanding for safe spaces where certain types of speech is banned. How can you shout freedom of speech if you want to ban certain types of speech? Where is the standard? And this is clearly insanity. You also have this big key player in this age of insanity. And these are the screaming banshees, the witches, feminists. They've been nagging society for years about violence against women, about how bad violence is, because it's bad, and blah 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 and blah blah blah. And then when a bunch of men's rights activists gathered together in a conference, they threatened to bomb the venue. And what happened to violence is bad. And by the way, that is an act of terrorism. Speaking of terrorism, that is another one. You have a big threat, a very real threat of radical Islamic terrorism. And people are shouting for no border security, no border controls, or outright no borders. And at the same time that you have this threat of radical Islamic terrorism, and at the same time that they are saying no borders, they are shouting for more Muslim immigration. This is insanity. I don't know the level to which these people have lost their minds. This is just insane. Where is the logic? Where is reasoning? Here's another one. They say diversity is our strength, therefore no borders. But we only have diversity because we have borders that allowed people to develop unique socio-cultural and linguistic identities. Once you remove that border and mix people together and remove the dominant homogeneous culture, you get no culture. You will have no identity. That is the good news. The bad news is throughout history, when you mix two cultures together, what you get is either A, they naturally separate into tribes and unique ethnic identities, or you get genocide. Just look at how history played out and tell me I'm wrong. When I talk to kids today, to my interns, to my niece and nephews, it's like they don't know anything, as if they go through school and they're taught nothing. Or they have this very dimorphic understanding of things, this very elementary understanding of things. This good, that bad, therefore I go with good. And that's it. They don't read, they can't make statements that are coherent, they can't express anything into writing without resorting to emoticons, they're ignorant of history, and they're fucked, basically. And these kids will be the leaders of tomorrow. And they will organize society in the future. I dread the type of society that this snowflake SJW cultural Marxist generation will create. I will be old when their time to rule comes. And I really dread that future where they will be in control, because they will just control speech, they will control thoughts and regulate everything. Just look at how the youth who are politically active, and you will get a glimpse of the kind of society and the kind of politics that they will create. My friends, we need to do something about this. We need to rescue as much minds, as much youth as we can from this corrosive, social justice, touchy-feely, cultural, Marxist, woo-woo, corrosive venom. We need to rescue them with logic, reason, and evidence. Because clearly, the vast majority of the people in this age of madness has abandoned logic and reason. How can we have any standards and principles in which we can find the truth and judge and organize reality if we don't have logic and reason? If everything is based on subjective feelings? How can we make decisions, especially ones that affect society, when we can't see reality for what it is? The goal of logic and reason is to find the truth. Truth is reality. Truth is undeniable fact. Truth is consistent with the real world. Falsehoods and fallacies and touchy-feely woo-woo stuff, whatever, is just lenses that distort reality. And we need to protect ourselves from this distortion of reality. We need logic and reason to assess reality and the truth, because all living organisms depend upon their ability to perceive reality as accurately as possible in order to survive. Perception, emotion, feelings, and our senses, a lot of times, are not accurate. Our senses could be tricked. Our feelings could be wrong. Organisms in the wild that makes that error is usually eaten by predators or just fucking dies. People that makes errors or misjudge situations sometimes ruin their lives. People who don't think make mistakes, sometimes fatal mistakes. And can you imagine if we don't have reason and logic to correct that error from our perception, emotions, and feelings? Can you imagine if the current social justice, cultural Marxist youth gets into government in the future? What will become of us? I am a bit pessimistic about our collective futures and our collective fates in this age of madness. I don't know what will come out of it. Society will change. That is inevitable. The question is, what form will that society take? Will it take the form of a rational, logical, and reasonable society? Or will it take the vision and the form of the cultural Marxist and the social justice warrior crowd? Which form will it take? Or maybe, just maybe, the empire will fall. I just don't know if it will be replaced by the Chinese, the Russians, or if we are going to live under the caliphate. I don't know. But what I know is you can like, subscribe, upvote, comment, and share this episode. Please share the episode if you don't want to live under an oppressive society, or maybe you don't want to live under a caliphate. So please share this episode to as much people as you can, and also please comment. Let me know that you are out there. Let me know that you are listening. It makes me happy to know that there is someone out there. Also, I need your support to grow this show. Patreon.com/I'm not part of this madness. Your dollar will go a long way, and I will greatly appreciate if you could pledge $1 in Patreon. Thank you very much. See you soon. Boom.
You should know